Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. Thank you for being here. And today we're on lesson 306. And the lesson is, the gift of Christ is all I seek today. What just came to my mind as I read that is, as I hold this book in my hands, A Course in Miracles, I'm present to the gift of it being in my life. And I hope that wherever you are at in your study and your practice of the Course, that you are truly experience that gift and experiencing more and more peace. So it goes on to say, what but Christ's vision would I use today when it can offer me a day in which I see a world so like to heaven that an ancient memory returns to me? Today I can forget the world I made. Today I can go past all fear and be restored to love and holiness and peace. Today I am redeemed and born anew into a world of mercy and of care, of loving kindness and the peace of God. And the prayer is, and so, our Father, we return to you, remembering we never went away, remembering your holy gifts to us. And in gratitude and thankfulness, we come, Father, with empty hands and open hearts and minds, asking but what you give. We cannot make an offering sufficient for your Son, but in your love, the gift of Christ is his. The gift of Christ is all I seek today. And that's what is available. And, again, we ask ourselves, what but Christ's vision would I use today? Especially when he can offer me a day in which I see a world so like to heaven that an ancient memory returns to me. Today I can go past all fear and be restored to love and holiness and peace. That's what's available. This is the practice. This is the work. And as we do these lessons where we can remember and remind each other, that is what is possible. Again, it's not that we do not take on, goals or make certain plans in this world. But as we do this work, what is available to us is to recognize, are they driven by God's will or by the will of the ego? The ego does not want to hear this. It does not want to hear that today I can go past all fear and be restored to love and holiness and peace. Really, stop for a moment and go within. Go within. Or notice where your mind may go in reading that. Is it coming from the mind of God? Or is it coming from your ego thought system? And, people say, well, what's the ego? I say, simply look at it in terms of, is what you are thinking coming from fear? Or is what you are thinking, is it coming from the mind of God? Is it coming from love? Being in this place of freedom and peace and being able to extend that love to another and to yourself in freedom and peace. Again, I'm reminded of one of the obstacles to peace is our fear of love. And you want to ask yourself possibly again today, what is love? You need to ask yourself that. Go within into your heart. This course, yes, is taking us from our mind, undoing that parts of our mind that, again, are dwelling in the past, coming from I'm not good enough, coming from I'm not worthy, blaming, judging, all of that. That's all ego-based. That's all the conditioning that you have taken on. And for myself, the conditioning I've taken on that I believed in, which is not the truth. And so, our Father, we return to you, remembering we never went away. God goes with us wherever we go. We only forget as we go forward in our day. We're here to remind each other of that the gift of Christ, is all I see today. The gift of Christ is always available to us in every now moment. It's only the identity the identity that I've created with my ego that takes me out of my peace. So let me again read today from a year of forgiveness, and what else, address what else Jesus has to offer us through the author of this book, Louise Spalding, as she channels Jesus' message on this lesson. And again, the lesson is the gift of Christ is all I seek today. You are blessed beings indeed, and I am the one you know as Jesus. You refer to me in your society as Jesus Christ. The Christ part of that nomenclature, I can't even say that. Nomenclature, not saying it correctly, refers to what happened to me as a result of my practice of forgiveness. I'm going to forgive myself for not saying that word correctly. So I'm going to go on, not stay hooked on that I didn't say that correctly. So it says that this is what happened to me, Jesus says. I do not want you to think that I am more special than you. I am indeed the older brother that A Course in Miracles refers to. It refers to me. It refers to a more experienced, wiser being that can instruct you on how to mature into yourself. And that is what these lessons are for. We're asking you to mature out of the ego's demented, inconsistent, and violent ways into a more loving being. And I'm going to add and interject here, if you're wondering what the ego is take a look at what thoughts are causing you to suffer and to be a victim, to be a judge, be in judgment of yourself or others, etc. And it says, many of you will say, I am not inconsistent. I go to work every day. I'm not violent. I don't shoot anybody. Now go into your inner world, Jesus says, and ask yourself this. How consistent is my inner world? How calm and loving is my inner world? And I'm going to add there, That's where we need to be truthful to ourselves and be authentic and be radically honest. Jesus says, we do not mean the behaviors that have been trained into you by conditioning programs. We mean the truth of what you are inside. So again, how consistent is your inner world? How calm and loving is your inner world? Remember, your manifestation is going to be a reflection of the truth of what you are inside, not your social face and not the face of innocence that the ego paints on you, but the truth of your internal frequency. All the ups and downs, the hatreds, the fears, and the self-loathing contained there. Yes, really look at the self-loathing. And that is why you have the saying, bad things happen to good people, because people's behavior seems to be good. They seem to be nice, kind, and polite, but on the inside, they may be seething with frustration, anger, and shame. That is what will generate what you consider the bad thing. So I'm going to add here again, where are you seething with frustration, anger, and shame? And being truthful about it. Remember, there are no secrets being kept on this plane. Even if the words aren't spoken, your frequency emits what you believe, what you feel, and what you think all the time. All the time, Jesus says. Don't think you're hiding it. So I'm reminding myself that as well. And the universe is listening and bringing you reflections of that frequency. So stop playing the victim, Jesus says. Step up into your Christhood and train your minds to love. Again, I want to add, the ego is all fear-based. And that's what you are uncovering, is where you are living from fear and acting out of fear versus love. In love, there's freedom. There's total freedom to extend love. I'm adding more here. In the course, when it talks about the special relationship is all about getting. It's always seeking, not recognizing the love that's already present. In our holy self, in the holy relationship we are operating from, we are love. And there's total freedom in extending it. There's no comparison. There's no competition. There's no competition in a holy relationship. Where are you competing for something in your life? Another place to look. So when you find an unloving part of your mind, do not condemn yourself. Instead, say, you are no longer allowed to reside within my space. You must leave, whatever that is that I'm condemning myself for, etc. And to enforce that leaving, I am no longer going to believe the thoughts you generate. I am not going to act as if what you are saying is true, because I can feel the frequency is unloving. This is where we're determining within ourselves what feels loving, what is heartfelt, what truly isn't. We're moving out of our mind, our intellectual mind, into our hearts here. This is the responsibility you all bear because you have been given free will. That responsibility is to stop believing every thought these unloving beliefs generate and stop acting as if every idea you have in your mind is true, whether it's hateful or not. Use your free will to choose Christ-like behavior. We always remind you to include yourself in that loving principle. And Jesus concludes here by saying, I am the one you know as Jesus, and I will be with you again. So today's lesson is, the gift of Christ is all I seek today. All right. You might want to view this video again to take in at a deeper level what Jesus has offered you today through these readings of the lesson and through the readings from the book of Your Forgiveness. All right. As always, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my healing. And I'm grateful to be part of yours. So please go below, like, comment, share. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And for those of you who have, or those of you who feel moved to, your donations are appreciated to help build this community here on YouTube. So you go below this YouTube, this video here on YouTube, and you'll notice where it says description and more. Click there, and below there will give you directions for donations. So with that being said, I look forward to being with you for the next video, which will be not the next video for lesson 307. Until then, from my heart to yours, until we come together for lesson 307, I extend much love to you, and bye for now.